Hey guys, Mr. Riz here to help you out with the 5.1 day 2 note. So what we're going to be looking at now is looking at rational exponents. So we want to make sure you guys can write rational exponents in radical form and vice versa, and also be able to simplify expressions in exponential or radical form. So if we have x to the 1/6 power, so normally you just have, x cubed or x to the 5th or x to the 6th. But if we have a fraction here, what we can do is look at to see that x to the 1/6 power is really the sixth root of x to the first, also known as just the sixth root of x. So when we look at our rational exponents, pop that up there, we can write on there. Let me make sure I'm sharing this too. Got something that just popped up on my screen. There we go. We can look at the first number is our power, and the bottom number is our index, or what is going to be the number outside the radical. So if we have the fourth root of z cubed, that becomes if we look here, this is our index, so that's going to be our denominator, and this is our power here, that is z to the 3/4 power. So let's practice these. What would a to the 1/5 power? Well, this would be the fifth root of a to the first, aka just the fifth root of a. And what about the seventh root of b cubed? Well, that would be b to the 7 on the denominator, 3 on the top, b to the 3/7 spot. Now keep in mind here too that you could also see this problem as the seventh root of b, all of it cubed, and that would be the same thing. That would also be b to the 3/7 power. So either one of these is right too, right as their answer here, vice versa. So let's keep this going here. Let's do some more practice. The other rule that you guys learned back in Algebra 1 is that if we have a negative exponent will turn our problem to the denominator. So x to the negative third power makes it 1 over x cubed. It puts it on the denominator. And if it's on the denominator, it flips it back up to the top. So 1 over y to the negative fourth becomes just y to the fourth. Because technically it's y to the fourth over 1, that's y to the fourth. So what is z to the negative third power? That would be 1 over z cubed. And what about 1 over a to the negative second power? Well, that would be just flip it up to the top, a squared over 1, or just a squared. Okay, so we got a lot of little rules that we're going to learn here. We're going to make sure we can practice them. So let's evaluate each expression here. So what is 16 to the 3/2 power? Well, this would be the square root of 16 cubed. Now you could cube 16 and then take the square root, or if we want to figure out what it is, it might be easier to take the square root of 16, which is 4, then cube your answer. So 4 is 4 times 4 times 4, so the answer would be 64. All right, what about 81 to the negative fourth power? Well, if it's negative, this is 1 over 81 to the 1/4 power. And the 1/4 power makes us the fourth root of 81 to the first power. So all we need to do here is just figure out what's 81 to the fourth power. Well, that's 9 times 9, that's 3 times 3, and 3 times 3. So fourth root, we need 4 of them. So we just simplified down to 3. So this is 1 over 3 would be the final answer. So what we're going to do now is to look through the homework, make sure you guys understand what you need to do. It's a fairly long one, but it's just a lot of practice of all this. And it's really important that you guys understand these skills. So it's not I'm giving you guys a lot of practice because it's difficult. I'm giving you guys a lot of practice because we need to make sure we're at a 100% capability with this. So let me open up the worksheet here. Make sure you guys can see this. And we're going to go over just a couple problems of each section. So first section here, what you need to do is just put each expression in radical form. So 7 to the 1/2 power would be the square root of 7. Just going over here, 4 to the 4/3 power would be the cube root of 4 to the 4th power. Or you could put the cube root of 4 to the 4th here. And that's all we're going to do. We're just writing it in radical form. You don't need to simplify. All right, so that's the first section here. The next section is the option. Put it in the exponential form. So let's see. Remember, that's the square root of an index 2. So the square root of 10 cubed would be 10 is the base number, the radicand, and it would be on the bottom 2 because it's the square root and to the third power. So this is really 10 to the 3/2 power. Something like, all right, what's the 6th root of 2? Well, technically this is all to the first power. So this would be 2 is our base number, the 6th root is the denominator, and it's to the 1. So this is 2 to the 1/6 power. All right, you guys should be good with the next ones. Remember, you guys could probably pause the video and do this same time. All right, simplify each expression. Well, if it just says x's, we're just going to leave it alone. That's the base. So 5x to the negative 5/4 power. Well, let's take care of the negative. This would be 1 over 5x to the 5/4 power. And then the answer would be 1 over the 4th, would make it a 4th root of 5x. And then we can put this all to the 5th power. So there's that answer. How about the next one here? 5x to the negative 1/2 power. Okay, so this can be 1 over 5x to the 1/2 power, positive 1/2 power. And the positive 1/2 power is the square root. Technically, we could put the 2 there if we really wanted to. We could put this all to the first power, but it's just better to look at this as 1 over radical 5x. All right, so that takes us through question 18. 19 through 24 is just the reverse of what we just did. Okay, what would the 4th root of m cubed be? Well, let's see that m is our base. The 4th root is 4 and to the 3rd power. So it'd be m to the 3/4 power. What about the cube root of 6x to the 4th? Okay, 6x is our base. It's to the 3rd root, so the 3rd is on our denominator, and 4 goes up high. Pretty easy. All right, and last group here to go over. What about these, simplifying these? Okay, so let's check this out here. All right, what we got to do is just rewrite these. Okay, what is 9 to the 1/2 power? Well, this would be 9 to the square root of 1. All right, what's the square root of 9? That's just 3. How about 343 to the negative 4/3 power? Okay, so let's see. This would be 1 over 343 to the 4/3 power. This would end up simplifying to 1 over the cube root of 343 to the 4th power. I believe the cube root of 343 is that 7? I do not know that. I'm going to type that in my calculator here. It should come out nice. If not, we can break it out of jail. Yep, that is 7. So this is really 1 over 7 to the 4th power. And 7 to the 4th power is a big number here, 241. So the answer for this one was 1 over 2401. Maybe let's do one more of these problems since these ones are a little bit difficult. Let's do, how about the last one? 9n to the 4th to the 1/2 power. So this would be the square root. That's what the 1/2 power of 9n to the 4th. Well, we just did this the other day. The square root of 9 is 3. If I have n to the 4th, I'm taking the square root. I'm going to take 4 divided by 2, n squared. All right, guys, so make sure you show your work on these problems here. That's how you guys will get credit. You can take pictures of these if you want to turn it in online. I can grade it faster that way, or you can wait till I see you guys next in class to turn that in. You guys have a great day. I will see you next time. Later.